doing? What is good? Do time for your weekly check-in. We're gonna see what's going on with y'all in the fourth week of August 2025. So remember, weekly check-ins are just a short, sweet, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, you can always just go straight to my website if you want, tarotwithrich.com. But I have a link for that down here in the description, along with everything else that I have to offer. So, all right, let's just hop into this. I don't want to do a bunch of blabbing. Let's see how the energy is looking with your situation and the person you're dealing with in the fourth week of August 2025. Feels like this deck's getting an attitude. Come on, man. This is one of my favorites right here. Don't get a tude, dude. Come on now. Boom. Oh. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Starting to feel like you're coming to your senses a little bit. Starting to finally you're either finally starting to see the red flags or you're finally starting to accept them. You know, there's a fine line between seeing red flags and accepting them, you know, because it's real easy when you feel a certain type of way about a person or a situation to want to excuse away red flags and stuff them under the rug, or make excuses for the person and think, they didn't mean it like that. Surely they'll correct that issue. You know, nobody would really be that. No, they'll fix. No, and it's after a while it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, that's just who the fuck you are, isn't it? I think that, like I said, fine line between finally noticing red flags that you never saw before and admitting it to yourself. So I guess I'll just leave that out there for you to decide which one it is. 3 shuffles. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Sun card. Some of y'all dealing with a Leo. Ooh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Knew it. Knew it. Okay. So, damn it. See, as soon as I'm about to say there's going to be communication, then the Hangman comes out. So I'm thinking that there's a really strong feeling of unfinished business here. Really strong. Now, I think this individual, I don't know if I want to say they're intimidated by you. They may be a little bit. But it appears, and I'm saying that in all caps, it appears as though you're doing good. You're happy. You don't fucking need them. You don't need nobody else. You're good where you're at. You're solid, right? So that's got them kind of thinking. You probably don't want to have nothing to fucking do with me, do you? Especially if you're doing better than you were before them, right? Especially. Now, is that true? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But I think that's kind of where they're coming from. I'm going to have to dig into their energies and intentions deeper next. I'm not getting a whole lot on them in this spread. That's about the only overview I'm getting from them. But yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot of much of nothing's happening here, though. But it just kind of feels like this has been lingering in the limbo for so long that it's getting to a point where the universe is about to just close the fucking door on this altogether. And even if you did attempt to reconnect with this person, even if both of you came forward with the best of intentions, when the universe closes the fucking door, when the universe closes that door, ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do. You have that little time block going on. But when the universe closed the door, when it passes that time block, it don't matter. Both of y'all could have nothing but the best of intentions. Not just you, not just them, both of y'all. BOFAYALL. Both of y'all could be willing to dedicate your life to this. The universe closes the door. Tough Titty said to Kitty, dun 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 dun. Because you have other assignments, contracts, missions, jobs that you have to do. You got a whole other slew of shit lined up for you in this lifetime. And if you don't pick your timeline, the universe will pick it for you by default eventually. So, sorry to trail off on that, but okay. Anyway, some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Pisces, Taurus, Leo, Cancer. All right. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Person Aquarius is dealing with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? How do they feel about you at the deepest level? What's their energy look like in general? What kind of person are they? Knight of Swords. So they do want to talk to you. Let's get 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. See, they're trying to mirror your energy back to you. Maybe they are fucking intimidated by you. I was going to try to avoid using that verbiage, you know. But when you got Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, they're trying to mirror your energy back to you, you know. No, ain't nobody going to do that unless they're fucking intimidated, you know. Because if I'm not intimidated by you, why would I care about mirroring your energy back to you? I wouldn't. It doesn't make no difference. Because if I'm not intimidated by you, I don't care how you see me or what you think about me, you know? It makes no difference. I don't care if you think that I'm afraid of you, or if you think that I'm doing good in life, or if you think that I'm doing bad in life. The way you view me means absolutely nothing. So I have no desire to mirror your energy back to you. What's the point? What's the point of trying to mirror your energy back to you? That's to try to control your perception of me, right? And you don't do that unless you're fucking intimidated and you feel threatened and attacked energetically, you know? So, yeah. I can't really think of a deeper way to explain this. Not only do they want to mirror your energy back to you, but they really, really, really want you to see it. They want you to know that they feel the same way you feel, or the way you appear to feel, you know? Because the way they perceive you feels like an attack on them. So they want to attack you the same way. Does that make sense? I know that sounds so fucking stupid, but that's the best way I can think to describe this individual's energy here. Okay, some of you dealing with a Cancer also have Taurus. Okay, All right, well, let's just grab some advice. What's the advice? Advice for Aquarius. Do-do-do. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum. What's the advice? Ooh, Page of Cups reversed. I hate giving like direct, like do this or don't do that, you know. So I want to be careful the way I word this. It would not be in your best interest to extend or accept any offers from this person. I mean, retroactively, at the end of the day, it's all going to serve your highest good. But for the current moment, if you are wanting to carve out a positive energetic pathway, then that would not be the way to go about doing it. Drop some cards on the floor here, whole bunch of them. But look, the first one yelling at me is Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups reversed. All I'm going to say is, and Page, look. I think that's about all we need right there. I don't even think I need to pull a spread. Extending or accepting any kind of offers from this person would not be in your best interest. Now, why is that? We got 3 fucking pages here. And I'm going to try to say this as objectively as possible. This person is not mature enough for you. I'm not saying they're a bad person. I'm not judging them. I'm saying they don't have the capacity to play the role you need them to play. They can't. Even if they want to. Even if they tried. They can't. You are fucking light years ahead of them. Psychologically, intellectually. They can't fucking hold a candle to your intellect. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, cool. But they feel threatened and attacked because of that. They take that as a threat. So that has something to do with something deep-seated they got going on in here, you know? I'm not saying that you're doing something wrong because you're making them feel stupid. That's not what I said. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. But when you're dealing with somebody like that, who's just jealous of you, of something to do with you, ain't nothing you can do about that. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Best to stay away from those kinds of people, no matter who it is. Don't care if it's a fucking family member. Oh, they're the worst. Oh, don't get me fucking started on that. So, anywho, just take that information and do with it what you will. I trailed way the fuck off on that. It's gear shifting time now, y'all. Let's see what's coming in for the singles. Single Aquarians. What's coming in for the single Aquas? What's coming in? Whoa, this is yelling at me. How many of you got my How to Read Tarot course, the intuitive guide? This is yelling at me, you see that? Boom, uh-oh. 7 of Swords reversed. Let's get 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Boom. 7 of Cups reversed. Okay. Woo. Lover's card. So really intense connection. The next person coming in is this is a connection that I want to try to keep it general. I'm just going to say it's one of the strong ones, you know. It's one of them ones that really fucking grab you up. They somehow, for some reason, and I'm not going to say on a general reading for the masses. If you come get a personal reading from me, that's the first thing I look at is what the soul contract is. I try to avoid that here because it's going to be different for everybody, right? But for some reason, I don't know what the soul contract is. I don't know what's the deal, but this is grabbing you real deep. Real deep. But there's some trust issues and some doubt here. There's some fear, some doubt, some insecurities, some, how do you say it? Just fear and doubt. And that energy is deadly toxic to a connection, no matter why it's present. Let me hold off on that before I get started on that. I would kind of rather avoid that lecture tonight, so I'm going to try to bypass it in case it comes back out again. If it comes back out again, I'm going to have to dive into it, but I know most of you don't feel like hearing it from me, and I don't fucking feel like talking about it, so let's just try to set that aside for now. Okay, yeah. Could be a Virgo for some of you. Also have Cancer. So far, I'm not seeing anything that anybody needs to worry about so far. It's looking pretty good other than this shit. This shit right here. Somebody here, for some reason, is a little bit weary, a little bit suspicious, you know. Let's find out why. Let's see this person's truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Next person coming in for Aquarius. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Four of Pentacles. Five of Wands reversed. Two of Wands. All right. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. They still haven't moved on from something that happened to them in the past. So, I don't think they have bad intentions. Matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say this person wants peace. This person wants one of them relationships where it's peace, happiness, prosperity. You know, I want to come home and be able to just relax in peace with my life partner and you know, just have a happy, peaceful life. I don't want no fucking drama. I don't want no goddamn negativity. I don't want to have to worry about whether or not I can trust you. I don't want you worrying about whether or not you can trust me and being accused of shit I ain't fucking doing. I don't want that. And that's cool. That's good. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. However, unless you deal with this shit, that could cause some problems. I always tell y'all, that energy of lack of trust, it doesn't matter why it's there. It doesn't matter if it's legitimate or not legitimate. It doesn't matter if it's justified or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if both of you have nothing but the best of intentions, this can and will lead to a relationship's demise if it's not put in check. But I don't think this person has bad intentions. I think they have very good intentions, but they got some serious fucking shit they need to address in here. you know? And we all do. No judgment. Let's see how it plays out for the first 60 days. How's it playing out for the first 60 days? How's it playing out? How's it playing out for the first 60 days? And 5 of Swords. God damn it, man. 3 shuffles. Here's 1. 2. And 3. Fool reversed. Well, I'm not really seeing separation happening, honestly. You know what this kind of, yeah, I'm seeing an ending being avoided, but I'm starting to see an energetic pattern here, and I'm going to tell you right now, this needs to be put in check. We haven't even gotten to the advice section yet, but you see a lot of relationships take a nosedive later on down the line. This isn't going to cause a big problem right off the bat, but this is planting a seed that it will bloom into some serious fucking issues later on down the line, where what we're doing is we're going through the motions. We're going through the actions together, right? So, like, let's say, for example, let's say I have some trust issues with you, and I'm just not saying nothing. I'm keeping it quiet. I'm just going to bury it, stuff it away, not say nothing. I'm not going to act funny. I'm not going to do nothing funny. But I got some issues. Even if it's just my own insecurities, I'll bury it, stuff it away, and don't say nothing. Now that's building and building and building. And both of you, if both of you are doing the same thing, we're not concerned if we're both just kind of stuffing it away just to keep the peace, you know? We're just keeping the peace. We're just respecting each other. And on one hand, there's nothing wrong with that. But on the other hand, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. And the only way for your energy to change form is if you make it change form. If you don't make it change form, it ain't going no motherfucking where. And since the primary law is the law of vibration, then even if you keep it completely quiet and don't say anything about it, you ain't fooling the universe. That vibration is still resonating off of you and being sent out to the universe. And the universe is going to continue handing you little pieces of evidence that support that vibration. So it feeds itself and it builds and it feeds itself. Even if you're quiet about it, nobody has to know. It don't matter if nobody fucking knows. If you could fool everyone around you, you ain't fooling the universe. Those vibrations are being sent out to the universe and handed back to you. And sent out to the universe and handed back to you. So it's feeding itself and it's growing and it's feeding itself and it's growing. And the tension is building and building and building and building and building and building and building. And then eventually, shang-a-lang-a-bing bang. Mm-hmm. All right, well, advice time. I just gave you a bunch of advice. I don't know if there's anything else I could say. We'll see. Let's check. Any advice for Aquarius when the next person comes in? Any advice? Okay. Now here's the tricky part about advice for a relationship. There's no one piece of advice that you can give one person that will fix the whole relationship. It doesn't work that way. Even if said person is the primary antagonist, still doesn't work that way. But there are things that you can do that will give you more leverage on influencing the situation than you would think. Now, when there's a problem, when you have a concern, obviously, we're a little bit nervous about bringing our concerns to the table, right? Because naturally, I don't want you to think I'm attacking you. And very frequently, people do take you bringing a concern to the table as an attack. So they're naturally going to throw their guard up in the air and defend themselves. So you know what I'm going to do? If I have a concern that I have with you, I'm going to be the bigger person and I'm going to go first. I'm going to let my guard down and be vulnerable first before I bring to you the concern that I have. I'm going to lay my weapons down first and show you, hey, I come in peace. This isn't a fight. I'm not here to attack you. All right? I'll be vulnerable first. I'm going to lay all my weapons down and show you that I come in peace to bring this concern to the table. Does that guarantee anything? No, but it greatly increases the chances. Greatly increases the chances. You know, if anything, worst case scenario, it'll just make the person realize that they look like a dumbass. When it all comes down to it eventually, if you're the one doing everything right, if you're the one walking the line, if you're the one making the moves that you need to make, and they're not, eventually, they're going to realize, well, this is making me look pretty fucking bad. Obviously. You know? Hey, some people will attack you off of that, too. But, that's the best thing that you can do when it comes to bringing concerns like this to the table. All right? Whenever we express our concern, always express your concerns. But it's your responsibility to pay attention to how you deliver that message. We're all humans. Okay? We're all humans. If we feel attacked, we are going to naturally defend ourselves. One of the things that you see in relationships so frequently is people will attack you and then turn around and shame you for defending yourself. We can't be having none of this shit, okay? When you want to express a concern, it's your responsibility to bring it to the table like a calm, cool, respectable adult. If I have an issue with you and I come at you with a nasty, shitty fucking attitude, you're naturally going to defend yourself because that's an attack. I'm attacking you. I'm coming at you aggressively, right? If I come at you aggressively, I would expect you to defend yourself, but that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to throw guards up and go at it. We're trying to find a solution to an issue so that we can lay the foundation for a serious, healthy fucking connection, right? So you want to be making sure that you're doing that to the best of your ability. And as long as both of you can get on the same page like that and begin to trust each other, and I can trust you that I can let my guard down and you're not going to use it against me, and you know that you can let your guard down with me and I'm not going to use that against you, then that's when we can start laying a real foundation, okay? But hey, if y'all can't get on the same page at the same time working towards that goal, you don't want to let that string on for too long, okay? All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Aquarius family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.